So this is the number one thing I get a question about at every lesson I give is where is the ball position for the driver? And it's very confusing because people mostly measure ball position by their feet and don't understand where the true center of the golf swing is. So the center of your swing is the center of your left shoulder, which forms the radius. That is also the bottom of your swing, okay? This stick right here is the bottom of my swing. So I have these golf balls set up on the back side of the grid, okay? This is the back side, this is the front side. So the ball I have back here would be more for your wedges. This ball here would be more for your mid irons. This ball here would be for your fairway woods, and the ball all the way closest to the left shoulder is your driver. And you can see, and the reason why we want that ball up near the top of the arc here is because that is the flattest part of the swing. Okay, the further I put the ball back on the arc, the more downward I swing and the more to the right I swing. The further forward I put the ball in the front side of the arc, the more across and up I swing on the ball. So I'm swinging up and across, which would probably most likely for most people put in a slice. Again, my name's Jess Frank. Welcome to the Jess Frank Golf Academy. I wanted to do this video for you because I get so many questions about it and I think it's just so important. And that's why stack and tilt is so good, because they define the center of the swing, the ball position, the grid, and it's everything that you can see that can help you immediately. So again, when I set up to the ball, this stick here is underneath my left shoulder, okay? Left shoulder, there's the center of the swing, okay? So the ball is about one ball back on the back side of the arc from the center of the swing. So when I do that, why that's important is because a lot of golfers also have been taught to tilt their shoulders. So look what happens when I tilt my shoulders. Now my left shoulder's back here. So what happens is actually the ball is actually more forward and you can slice the ball from that position. So that's why the setup, the ball position, understanding where the low point is and where the center of the swing is and the bottom of the arc is can be helpful to your game. So now when I set up to the golf ball, you can see here is that my right shoulder is lower than my left because my right hand is beneath my left hand. So that's automatic. And now I have a measurable place to hit this shot from, okay? Instead of just kind of guessing, I'll put it back here, back here. A lot of people when they go play just have no idea. They're just putting in random spots. And also, what happens when your feet get wider or narrower, okay? It appears, so here's my driver setup, right? A little wider than a shoulder width with my feet. But now watch what happens when I haven't moved the ball, I haven't moved my club. Now watch what happens when my right foot moves closer to my left. It appears that the ball moved back in my stance, but it didn't move. So that is really important to understand, is that that's why, because some people drive the ball with their feet closer to the ball or closer together, and some drive the ball with their feet further apart. So understanding that is crucial to hitting good drives. And so when you're also swinging on this, so now I have a good setup here, right? The ball's slightly on the back of the arc, because we still want to hit out on the golf ball, okay? Because we want to hit the ball straight or with a little draw or maybe just the tiniest little fade, but we want to be able to hit in a direction that's a lot straighter, okay? We're hitting out at the ball, hitting a lot straighter into the back of the ball and then around the arc, okay? If the ball's too far back, we're going to swing too far to the right. The ball could, with the face looking right, the ball could start further right. Again, people play like that though. They can put the ball back in their stance, aim right, get the face organized, and hit balls and hit shots out to the right. For someone who slices, not a bad idea. Put the ball back in your stance, use the bowler drill, and practice hitting out on the back side of the ball, a little further into out with the path further right, the face closed to the shaft, that can hit a hook, okay? People who hook the ball too much, I would put the ball more forward in their stance to the top of the arc. So with driver ball position, again, with the understanding now that your left shoulder is the center of the swing and the bottom of the arc and the center of rotation around your body, now you can measure your ball position correctly and you don't have to guess. Okay, so for again, the driver, why we play the driver the furthest forward is because we want to have the flattest amount of arc there. We do not want to hit down at the driver. We want to have it flat into the back of the ball. So when I go ahead and hit one here, you know, it launches really nice because it's flatter, okay? So I always tell people as well, when you hit a driver, you know, the common thought and the common talk out there is hitting up on the driver. The problem with trying to hit up on the driver, by trying to hit up, now look at where your low point is, your path can get too far right, and actually when you hit up on the driver too much, your weight stays back and you can swing to the left and you can slice it. You've heard Nelly Korda and now Brooks Koepka about when they want to hit a golf ball straight and do a fairway finder, they're hitting slightly down on the golf ball, not up on the golf ball. So that's very important to understand. So again, for us, for the average player, you just want to set up with the ball in the good position here. Again, one ball back off the center of the swing. And then from here, as I come down in the back of the ball, it's very flat. It's not down, it's not up, it's just flat. So I'll go ahead and hit another one. Can't hit it any better than that. So we'll take it down the line and you can see it from there. Hello golfers, so I've got an unbelievable opportunity for you. You can now work with me from anywhere in the world. I have my new Swing Mastery online golf lesson program. Really simple to do. You send me your swings, I send you customized lessons back, I send you customized drills depending on what you need to work on with your game. It's an awesome way to work with me personally, one-on-one if you can't make it here to Deer Creek Golf Club. And I hope you join. Hit the link in the description below, and I look forward to helping you. Okay, golfers, I've got driver down the line, and we're talking about ball position with the driver, and something that a lot of people get wrong, and a lot of people just don't understand, which is completely understandable, because it's really not taught. They're like, well, put it somewhere in the middle of your feet, put it towards your left heel, put it, you know, put it in front of your left heel, hit up on the ball, hit down on the ball. This is going to clear up all the misconceptions, okay, all those extra thoughts. So what we got to remember is that my left shoulder is the center of my swing. That's also the low point of the arc, okay, because we're swinging on a circular motion here. So that's the low point of the arc. So there's my radius, okay, so the center of rotation, the center of swing is my left shoulder, and I swing all the way around. So the measurement for the driver is off of the left shoulder. You can see is that I have, this is the low point. That's my left shoulder, this stick right here. This is the club head path, this is the hand path, you can see all that right there. And so I have the ball the furthest forward just behind the low point. And the reason why I want it there is because I don't want to hit down on the ball, because the further I move the ball back, the more I hit down on the golf ball. The further I move it forward, the more up and left I swing on the golf ball. So that would be more of a slice. So if you're somebody who's a slicer, you would want to move the ball, the driver, back slightly, okay, because now you can hit out and a little bit more down on the ball, which is actually going to produce more of a right to left flight, because now your path is further right than your face. If you are a hooker of the golf ball, you want to play the ball as far forward as possible, because your goal is to have a little bit of more of a leftward path on your swing, because you do not need rightward path. And that's where the best players in the world, they understand that. And so that's why I'm explaining it to you. Because what our goal is to have the flattest point through the ball. Okay, so we don't want to hit really far up on it, and we don't want to really hit far down on it. We just want to be standard. So the ball is going to be towards our left shoulder. Our hands are in the same spot here. So I have a little bit of a in to out path, right? So I'm hitting slightly out, longer, into the back of the ball, and then back around. So here we go. So I can't hit it any better than that, a nice high draw. And so that's why understanding ball position is crucial, and not just guessing, not just saying, oh, just put it in the middle of the stance, in the front of the stance, in the back of the stance. have a measurement that you can use, and that's why stack and tilt is so good, because you're measuring and understanding the center of the swing is the center of the left shoulder. Now you can either put the ball a little further back in your stance, understanding where the ball is, or you can put it a little further up in your stance, and you're measuring off of the grid line, and you're understanding how that affects ball flight. So I hope this video helps. It's a lot of really good detail. I know it's going to help your game, and we'll see you soon. So thank you so much for watching my driver ball position video. I know it's going to help your game. I know it's going to eliminate a lot of common misconceptions. Please go ahead and like this. Go ahead and share it out with your friends. Comment and subscribe to my channel. It only helps me grow and bring you more content just like this to help your game. Thanks for watching.
Swinging high, swinging